So welcome to Ada Alumni Spotlight, and we're very lucky today to have Robbie who is a Senior Manager at Just Eat Takeaway.
As you mentioned, I'm a Senior Strategy Manager. I sit within the Product and Tech Department at Just Eat. Basically, I'm more on the product side. The focus is predominantly around what the experience is like for our users. So at Jet, we've got three sort of main user groups. We've got customers, obviously people like you and me who order through the platform. We have the couriers who will deliver the orders from A to B, and restaurant partners and grocery partners as well. So essentially we're roughly structured around that and how we optimize the experience for each of those user groups without detrimenting the other user groups also. I went through quite a sort of topsy-turvy pathway to where I am now. When I was in college, sort of 17, 18, I sort of had a bit of a turnaround. I think the first year of my A-levels, I didn't get quite the results I was hoping for. And it was a bit of a crossroads in my life at that stage. I thought, already I was questioning the route of traditional university. At my college, it was very much pushed upon you and encouraged, but I was sort of weighing up what it meant for me, and I just thought, I don't know if this is best aligned to my interests, and so therefore I thought, if I'm umming and ahhing about university, should I should really knuckle down on in terms of getting some strong A-level results and helping sort of build the story that would help me land either a job or something like an apprenticeship in the future. For me, it just seemed like a no-brainer. I was like weighing up options and thinking, if I've got the opportunity to, study for a qualification or for a degree, especially like with Ada where it's like tech related, something I was passionate about, and gain experience at the same time, and the degree to be paid for and to earn a salary at the same time. I was like, the pros here are vastly outnumbering the cons.
So how did you balance up the Ada work and also your Deloitte commitments?
Well, it comes down to effective time management is really important. Again, if you're committed to the longer term, we at Jet we have an apprentice network and we'll meet regularly, and they'll ask similar questions around how do I balance the two. There's a number of things you can lean on. A strong support network is really important. Being vocal with your line managers around the expectations you have with your qualification. I'm very passionate about having this continuous commitment to my own development. Once you finish Ada, learning doesn't stop there. That's almost like day one, and I'd encourage anyone to really pursue what they're passionate about and go after that and continuously progress. Working at Ada, you're encouraged to be very collaborative. You're encouraged to build relationships. I really benefited myself when I was completing my degree apprenticeship from leaning on peers I'd met throughout my cohort who had particular skills that I didn't possess. I'd say you really need to lean in on your own intuition. You go through school life and you're taught very well how to sort of execute work. You're given instructions, you're given lessons, and you're said this is how you approach it. But the real value when you sort of start your career is that progression from being a good executor to someone who can think independently, someone who can be empowered to make their own decisions.
And you've also mentioned networking and the importance of that. How has that sort of shaped your career?
I mean, it's one of the most important pillars of career progression. It opens doors, opportunities, and teaches you lessons. I've learned more from mentoring and from coaching and from mentoring others and different communities than I probably have in some of the learning courses I've taken part in terms of opportunities, opening doors. My role at Just Eat wouldn't have become available if it wasn't due to my network of living.
And that's brilliant, and this is what the Always Ada alumni community is all about. It's about connecting people that have had similar experiences and helping them progress through their careers, either within the same employer or finding new opportunities.
But I think if there's like one piece of advice to really like hammer home to either aspiring apprentices or people making that transition from their apprenticeship into their to their new role is get comfortable being outside of your comfort zone. You know, the magic of growth really is in that place where you're feeling stretched, where you feel like it's a challenge. I'd say my favourite AIDA value is curiosity. Curiosity is really important in terms of being curious about who you are as a person and where you want to go in order to ensure you can build the career that you want. So for me, I'm going to be pretty biased, right? So I think there's some real amazing food amongst our local heroes. My favourite would have to be a local Nepalese restaurant near me. It's called the Everest, and they do chicken momos, which is like a Nepalese style dumpling with a spicy chutney. It's really good. Might have some tonight. Swap jobs with anyone, it would probably be like one of our principal engineers. I always struggled with programming at AIDA. It wasn't one of my strengths. And it'd be really interesting to just sort of see how their brain ticks and maybe learn a few things along the way.
What book have you been reading recently?
I've been reading a self-development book that I've been enjoying. It's called The Magic of Thinking Big. There's some great sort of mindset lessons within that. One thing that stands out specifically to me is the book constantly hammers home the message of action conquers fear, and I think that's a great way of summarising how I approach a lot of things in life.
One thing that always boosts your energy at work?
That's got to be positivity. Sounds cliche, but you know, positive input produces positive outcomes, and I feel like when people are on board in terms of positively driving things forward, it's not only more enjoyable to work in that environment, but generally the value delivered is higher as well. Be comfortable outside of your comfort zone, and when you get that gut feeling telling you that you shouldn't do something, normally you should dive right into it. Yes, I am, especially in the last year or so. In fact, I'm going to be running the Battersea Half Marathon with a few of my colleagues on the 18th of October, and we're doing it to raise money for AIDA as a donation and to help fuel the next wave of amazing students here at AIDA.